Hello, comrades. This is yours KVS. How are you? Comrades, this episode also we are going to discuss about the remaining government orders received very recently. The department has issued guidelines on rotational transfer orders. It was dated 19/5/2021. This order is very important, and as per this order, the cutoff date for tenure computation has been fixed at 30/9/2021. This year, they have extended 1 year for the non-sensitive post. And non-sensitive post, they are completing their tenure after completion of 4 years only. And similarly, the sensitive post, on completion of 3 years, they should be treated as tenure completed official. The station tenure, which is available for the gazetted officials, that remains as it is, and the station tenure is 6 years as per the guidelines issued for this particular year. This year, they are very specifically mentioning that there should be no out-of-station transfer in all the cadres. All the transfers should be accommodated within the station, and there should be no outside transfer, and also there should be no expenditure to the government on the basis of TA and DA. The extension of 1 year is allowed for non-sensitive post. Actually, because now it is 4 years, and there is no necessity to apply for the extension of tenure. Why? Because the tenure has been extended to 4 years for these years. Suppose a PA working, that is non-sensitive post, who are all working, they need not apply for any extension of tenure. And even after 4 years also, the extension of tenure is allowed only in non-sensitive post. Similarly, in the sensitive post, if the extension can be considered to the persons who cannot be rotated within the same station, that means if an official could not be posted to outside the station, if he apply for the extension of tenure, that can be considered by the CF if his record is clean and correct. And no extension of tenure to the single-ended and double-ended sub-PMs. But the GPMG is the competent authority, and if the officials cannot be rotated at the same station and his past record is clean, the GPMG can order. So in case, if the officials working in single-ended officer or double-ended officers who cannot be posted in the nearby station, that is within 8 kilometers or the nearby station, they can seek extension of tenure afresh, addressed to the Chief Postmaster General, and they can send it through proper channel that can be considered as per these orders, because the transfer is not possible to be posted in the same station, and they should be posted to the outside station in case of the single-ended sub-PMs. The GPMG can give extension 1 year beyond 4 years also, and he can grant extension up to 6 years. Suppose one official is working in a sensitive post who obtained extension of tenure last year, he should not be granted extension of tenure again in the sensitive post. Transfer should be at own cost. Suppose an official is seeking transfer at his own cost based on his willingness, that can be considered, and there is no restriction or prohibition to consider such of those requests. In case, if any interest transfer, that is in the interest of service transfer, if any interest of transfer is to be ordered, the approval of the next authority is very much required. Without the approval of the next authority, no interest of service transfer can be ordered this year. In case, if the rotational transfer orders were issued prior to the issue of this order, that should also be reviewed, and this is the guidelines to be adhered, and this will be force up to 31/3/2022. This is the crux of the order. From this, we can very well understand that the tenure of the postal assistant is now 4 years. That is for the current year, it is 4 years. They need not apply for any extension of tenure. They should not be disturbed. In case of single-handed sub-PM or double-handed sub-PM who are to be rotated outside the station, they can apply for extension of tenure to the Chief Postmaster General. That he will be considered favorably in case if he is possessing a very clear and clean records in the service. So this is the crux of the order, and even for the sensitive post, they can apply for the extension of tenure to the GPMG. Now all the power has been vested with the GPMG as per the revised rotational transfer order. Again, the Department of Pension and Pension Welfare issued on another order on 3/6/2021. Very specifically, all the pension cases should be processed expeditiously. There should be no delay at any places. And family pension should be dispersed within 1 month from the date of the claim. That is the second stipulation they made in the 3/6/2021 orders, that the family pension should be granted within 1 month from the date of the claim. This is one important order that we should keep note of this order. In respect of conduct of monthly meeting, it should be conducted regularly every month. There should be no protraction. Even the divisional AD is having some busy work or some business target work, nothing. He has to conduct the monthly meeting regularly every month. There are standing instructions are there. Even during this corona period also, if they could not have it personally, they should have a video conferencing method. The monthly meeting has to be conducted. A specific order has been issued on 7th June 2021. Now the department has issued orders about the periodicity of the inspections. Instead of 12 months, because of the COVID broke out, and particularly the second broke out, the period of inspection has been extended from 12 months to 15 months. So the inspection due for the 2021-22 that can be completed before June 2022, and the modalities have been worked out in a very detailed order of the department dated 4/6/2021. The GDS who are deputed to IBB, they can be given extension for 1 more year. This is as per the 18/5/2021. The GDS who are on deputation at IBB, they need not be returned back to the parent divisions. And similarly, the deputation to IBB by the departmental officials, they have also been granted the extension of 1 year by the order dated 10/5/2021. The department recently, on 2/6/2021, has sought the views and suggestions from the circle heads about the utilization of postman MTS in the vacant place of postal assistant. Earlier, our central headquarters requested the department to utilize the services of the GDS official instead of MTS and postman, because there are also dearth of manpower in the postman and MTS cadre, and also if the GDS is given, they can also be straight away the possessing idea of working in the departmental post also. That was the idea. The central headquarters have requested the department to consider the cases of GDS also. The department has circulated the said letter and sought the opinion 1 year before, and the fate of disposal we don't know. Now the department has mooted again with another proposal that whether the services of the postman and MTS can be considered for the officiating, local officiating arrangements in the PA cadre. And our central headquarters has rightly pointed out, whatever be the name, we want assistance to the PA staff who are suffering like anything in the present atmosphere. One more clarification has been issued by the department on 19/4/2021. During 2009 and 2010, the period of induction training has been prescribed by the circle heads. In some circles, they have given the stipend, and thereafter some circles they have treated them as a duty, and they have given the appointment order from the date of such induction training, and the period was treated as a duty. As per the 31/12/2010 orders, the duration of the in-house training, that should not be called as a stipend period, and that should brought under the service period. A clarification was issued subsequently to the Maharashtra Circle on 9/3/2021. That is very clear. However, in many circles, the training period of the officials have not been taken as services that which should be taken as based on the clarification issued to Maharashtra Circle. This is the crux of the 19/4/2021 order, which is very essential. And 3/6/2021, the DOPT has issued another orders to fill up all the vacant posts as per the 12/4/2017 orders, and time-bound action is requested in this order. In our department, the Staff Selection Commission not conducted the examination properly, and right from 2018, it is pending. A large number of vacancies is being kept unfilled up due to non-conduct of examination by the Staff Selection Commission. This is a very big problem we are facing, and I hope the government will initiate some action to these issues. Now the next question is about the reversion from MTS to GDS. Some of the GDS comrades, after being promoted to MTS, they are seeking the reversion to the GDS cadre. Will it be permissible? For which the department clarified on 8/3/2021, the GDS can apply for reversion. It should be made within 1 year from the date of the appointment. No belated application will be entertained. It should be made within 1 year from the date of the appointment. After reversion to the GDS, there will be no protection of wages what they got in the MTS cadre. What they earlier drawn prior to promotion cadre, that alone will be restored to them. The GDS cadre, what was the TRCA he was drawn prior to his promotion, that will be restored, and if vacant, he will be posted back to the same post. If not vacant, he will be accommodated in any one of the vacant posts of the same TRCA. After the reversion, he has no right to claim the MTS regular establishment. Reversion will be issued only by the appointing authority after the approval of the head of the circle. It should be rarest of the rarest occasion, and only on extraordinary circumstances such reversion can be considered. This is the order of 8/3/2021. So, if the GDS promoted to MDS requested for reversion, it should be made within 1 year, and he cannot claim any right subsequently. Another order issued about the compassionate appointment on 24/5/2021. As per the 28/9/2020 orders, the related merit point system is in existence. Every year, the application is sought between January to March for the compassionate appointment for the death occurred during the January to December of the previous year. If the CRC is not conducted and not finalized the compassionate appointments of the previous years, that should be completed before 15/6/2021. Appointment order should be issued before 18/6/2021 and candidates must join by 30/6/2021 and a report on this should be submitted to the department before 5/7/2021. Based on this, all the compassionate ground appointments pending in the previous years as well as the current year that should be finalized before 30/6/2021 and a final report has to be submitted to the Directorate on 5/7/2021. And before finishing, one or two more points. Exercising the option 15/4/2021, that is also a very important order. Right from 1/1/2016, whether any promotion or upgradation on or after 1/1/2016, we can exercise option under FR 22(1)(a)(1), and this is based on the 28/11/2019 orders. This concession has been extended because more continuation are being received at the MOF level. One more option is given that has to be given within 3 months' time, that is 15/7/2021 is the cutoff date, and all the conditions mentioned in the 28/11/2019 orders remain unchanged. And recently, another order on 9/4/2021 issued about the number of cases dealt by the defense assistant at one time. In the 69/2019 orders, there was a mention that the retired officials can have 7 cases at a time in respect of GDS conduct and engagement rules. There was a doubt whether these 7 condition is inclusive of the CCS rules or whether it is exclusively for the GDS rules. It is clarified in the 9/4/2021 that the restriction of 7 cases that includes the CCS rules apart from the GDS conduct and engagement rules. The revised IPO syllabus has been released by the department on 6/4/2021. I have verified the old syllabus and also compared with the new syllabus. There is no major changes. Only in paper 1, 3 subjects have been included, that is IBB, preservation and disposal of postal records, and Swachh Bharat. The 3 topics have been included in paper 1. In paper 3, the Public Account Default Act 1850 has been deleted. No other changes taken place, and the only old syllabus only with this very light modification. Before concluding, I want to say the 5/3/2021 orders. As per this order, the Departmental Promotion Committee that should be commenced and finalized the DPC well in advance. As an vacancy arises in the promoted cadre, that should be filled based on the panel, and also review should be made by the concerned authorities, and the exact position prevailing in all the circles that should be reviewed by the DG. For that, a separate report is called for from the Directorate. Comrades, we have discussed a lot of rulings in 3 episodes. These are all the current rulings, and what are all the changes we are getting frequently. We can discuss those items also, so that many comrades may not have time to read minutely with the orders. They cannot go deep into the orders. And sometimes while seeing in the WhatsApp, they will simply pass on without downloading or without preserving something else. That's why I have explained the crux and the important content of the orders. To the best of my ability, I have correctly explained the contents of the orders. However, you are requested to read the orders once again so that you will get more benefit from this episode. With this, I am concluding, comrade. Thank you very much. yours KBS.